Today I'm going to be taking a look at episodes of Regular Show where if you were a civilian, the average Joe or Josephine, you probably would have died. Random people just going to the park or just slightly outside of the park definitely died in some of these situations. Our park members deal with anything but regular, so there's a lot of situations where they're fighting a giant monster, dealing with random situations that lead to the park being exploded. There are so many situations where normal people can definitely die, especially when they don't have plot armor. So I want to take a look at the episodes where that's exemplified the most, and a lot of people most definitely died. And if you like videos just like this, please make sure to like and subscribe. I upload 6 times a week, and at 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to be cosplaying as Muscle Man, doing a hot dog eating contest, and singing a cover of his song, Starla. And if you want a place where you can talk about your favorite shows, movies, games, give me video ideas, just share anything you really want, my Discord will be in the description. Now let's talk about the worst episodes of Regular Show to be a civilian. I think one of the first episodes where it's really just tragic to be a civilian in any case is Just Set Up the Chairs. I mean, I love Just Set Up the Chairs, I think it's hilarious, but a lot of people definitely died off screen in this episode and on screen when the Destroyer of Worlds is released. Rigby's all like, maybe no one will notice, and it just immediately starts lighting stuff on fire, and there's clearly like,
that can't be good.
I don't know, he could be cool.
Oh man, we're so dead.
Maybe no one will notice.
like places where people definitely might be that he is attacking right there, so he's probably lighting a couple of people ablaze. One of the best examples of this, of people that just die right away, is the special entertainment. Hey kids, I hope you're ready for some special entertainment. You know who else likes this clown and this horse? And then they just get vaporized right there.
Kids, get ready for our very special entertainment.
The Destroyer of Worlds definitely did that to a lot more people. There's not anything you could really do to run from this guy. He's faster than you, he can shoot things out of his eyes, you can't really damage him because the only thing that could damage him is another arcade god like the Lemon Man. There's really nothing you could do to escape the Destroyer of Worlds, and if I was in this episode, I probably would have died. A horrible, horrible, tragic death. I'm surprised that all those kids didn't die. They were all just in a circle surrounded by fire. I'm surprised they weren't all dead, because they honestly should have died. But either way, horrible episode to be a civilian in, especially if you were just hoping for a calm day at the park. The next episode where it's kind of blatantly obvious that it would be horrible to be a civilian in is in the episode Appreciation Day, when Snowballs the ice monster is brought to life thanks to Mordecai and Rigby messing with the park book of records. I mean, can you just imagine it? I mean, we see people die in this episode. They get burnt alive, burnt to a crisp by Snowballs, because they were all just driving there, and it's clearly visually shown that he just murders so many people. But can you imagine you're just an average park goer, you're just walking, maybe you just got a little crew neck on, some short sleeves, not really doing anything, some shorts. It's a beautiful summer day, and all of a sudden it's a blizzard worse than you've ever seen. You can't see 3 feet in front of you, and you look up and there's this giant snowball monster who just comes from the power lines and starts breathing fire and running rampant everywhere. Yeah, I guarantee you, some people probably died in this episode, either from the freezing cold temperatures or from Snowball the ice monster himself. It is just a double whammy combo of suffering. Oh no! Oh god, I just wanted to go play some basketball at the park! Now it's freezing and there's a giant monster breathing fire! Yeah. The consequences of Mordecai and Rigby's actions are never really showcased in the show. They've killed thousands of people, and they never show any remorse for it. But what about all the people that just die just as a consequence of being at the park? Maybe that's why in the episode Men in Uniform, nobody goes there. Why would you want to go there? You're going to die if you go to the park. It's just blatantly obvious that if you go there, you will die with all the random obnoxious stuff that goes on in the park. The next episode I want to take a look at is Rage Against the TV, and that's mainly just because of one civilian in the episode, but he is not a member of the park crew, and it's Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. Now, Jimmy is a very tragic case in Regular Show. You just have to feel so bad for this guy. A guy working at a TV warehouse, probably living paycheck to paycheck, just trying to make his ends meet. Perhaps he has an ex-girlfriend he's been trying to win back by working this job every single day, 8 hours a day. He's grinding, he's trying his best, he's doing everything that he possibly can, and at the core, he is a good man. He wants to do right by everybody. And then all of a sudden he hears, "Jimmy! Come on, Jimmy!" Muscle Man is there, trying to get a television from Jimmy. And Jimmy, although he knows his boss will not like this, he caves in and gives them one of the worst TVs they have, but he knows, at the bottom of his heart, he knows the limitless, potential and risk of giving them this TV, but he does it anyway because he wants to help them out. He wants to be a good guy. He loves it when people go, "Jimmy, come on, Jimmy." So he gives them the TV and they leave. The hours pass and his just fingernails have been bitten off. He's on the edge of his seat. His hair is standing until he hears his boss call him into his office, and Jimmy gets fired. No more Jimmy working at TV Warehouse. No more opportunities to change his life and flip it around and prove that he's worthy of his ex-girlfriend, his fiancée. What is Jimmy gonna do? So he goes to Muscle Man. The man he just helped, the man he knows will return the favor 10 times over. He goes to the park house and he sees the goddamn hammer charging up a blast, and he gets blasted into oblivion, gets thrown 20 to 40 to 50 feet in the air and explodes.
My boss found out that I gave you guys that TV and he fired me. It's cool if I crash here for a couple days. What the?
And that is the life of Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. Now, that's a little bit exaggerated what his story was most likely like. I don't know, he could have just been a pretty normal dude living a good life, but what if that was the case with Jimmy? What if he had all those things waiting for him? What if he had a son that he was just trying to make the ends meet to pay for, to put him through college someday? We don't know. But he is a casualty of all the shenanigans that the park members go through. A casualty of everything that the park members choose to do just so that they could beat the hammer because, dude, nobody makes it to the hammer, bro. Nobody ever thinks about poor Jimmy. They don't have a funeral for him. They don't talk about him ever again. And poor Jimmy shouldn't have been a civilian in the episode Rage Against the TV. He was taken away too soon. And then we have the episode This Is My Jam, and this one probably wouldn't be that detrimental. It might just be really annoying or burst your eardrums, because in this episode, obviously, Rigby is dealing with his curse of just having summertime, and you know what that means. Gonna head down to the beach, gonna do some beachy things. It's summertime. He's got summertime lovin' stuck inside of his head. They're trying everything they possibly can to get this out. I really love the scene where Skips just picks up Rigby and punches him into the wall.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Hold still.
Ow!
But nothing is working. Rigby has a dream where he takes summertime lovin' outside of his head, throws it out, and it actually takes a physical manifestation in the real world as summertime lovin', just this giant cassette tape, and starts following people around, just going, and you know what that means, gonna head down to the beach, gonna do some beachy things.
The song must have left your head and manifested itself into a physical form.
Well, does it have an off switch?
I don't know.
It's summertime. Yeah, summertime lovin' is being really annoying, which leads to the ultimate battle, summertime lovin' going up against Aw Snap. Aw Snap. Come to our macaroni party and we'll take a nap. Aw Snap. So those two are just clashing, they're going against each other, and they eventually get so loud that they create two giant, holographic super amalgamations in the sky of rock stars just battling with guitars. And when it blasts, it creates such a high-pitched song that it's able to break windows and just blast across the entire city. Now, it depends which half of the world you're on. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you would prefer. Would you prefer you're sitting in your house and all of a sudden you have broken, bursted eardrums and all of your windows are just shattered, but you hear, "Oh snap, oh snap, come to our macaroni party or we'll take a nap"? Or would you rather be sitting there making a sandwich, just slathering on some peanut butter, the jelly, and then all of a sudden it's summertime and you know what that means, gonna head down to the beach, gonna do some beachy things? What would you prefer? Either way, you gotta go to the hospital probably, but just what would you like more? I personally would love to hear Summertime Lovin' at full blast, just literally giving me a migraine instantly, but I would feel immense bliss because I'm in the summertime and it's summertime loving. But either way, yeah, probably lots of casualties in this episode because I don't know. I know Benson didn't really seem to suffer that much, but I guarantee you there's a couple of people with really sensitive ears. So, yeah, probably not the best episode to be a casualty in unless you just love the tunes. I want to take a look at the episode First Day next. Now imagine you're just walking through the park, having a good day, the sun is shining, birds are chirping, you're just like, oh, this is what it's like to be alive. And then you hear this big pink man, you look over, he's like, oh, everybody come quick, cords, parchment, cheese, oh, 100 ties, oh my god.
Good show! Jolly good show! Everyone come quick! The most amazing game of quartz parchment shears is happening right now!
You sprint over, you're excited to see what is quartz parchment shears. You see that they're just playing rock, paper, scissors. You're like, oh, okay. You hear 100 ties or 99 ties, however many to summon the rock, paper, scissors demon. And all of a sudden you see a black hole, a portal just into the abyss start forming. A man just talks to you. If nobody can come to a terms, I will take it for myself. And all of a sudden you're getting sucked into this abyss where there's this green monster and he starts eating you alive. Yeah. That's what you get for trying to have a nice day at the park, I guess. A nice day because you wanted to know what quartz parchment shears was. Yeah, a very tragic end for a lot of people in that episode, I guarantee it, because anybody that was just trying to watch rock, paper, scissors, just endless rock, paper, scissors, did not expect that to happen, I guarantee you that. The next episode is a very obvious one where if you were at the park, it would just be a horrible, horrible situation for you. And that is the episode Fortune Cookie. Because in this episode, Benson is having a little bit of bad luck. And he decides that he is going to bet the park against this guy in a game of poker. And he loses. And it turns out that this guy is a warlock. He starts growing to like thousands of feet in the air, opens up his fanny pack, and starts unzipping everything. The best example of somebody dying in this episode is just where this random guy just drives up in his super nice car, and he's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. So he decides to get out of his car instead of continuously driving away, and then he just gets sucked into the fanny pack.
What are you guys doing? You gotta get out of here! Here, take my car!
Yeah, feel bad for that guy, but there was probably lots of other people who died very tragic deaths thanks to this random situation. Again, I could paint you a picture. You're walking, you're having a good time. All of a sudden you look up, there's a 50-feet man with a beard opening his big-ass fanny pack, and you're like, oh, wow. And then all of a sudden you're getting sucked at the speed of light, and you just have to accept it. Just, okay, well, that's what I get for going to the park, okay? It's tragic. It's a horrible episode to be a civilian in. I hope everybody else survived once they like reinstated the park. They never really show anybody surviving or coming back to life, so you never really know. The next episode I want to take a look at is a bunch of full-grown geese. Now, who's to say geese wouldn't do this in the real world? Because they're always plotting, they're always scheming, they always seem like they have something going on in their heads to just ruin your day. You never really know. Geese might be the epitome of Satan, I don't know. But in regular show, they are very much that. They're very evil creatures, and they just start harassing people for no reason. I mean, in their introduction, they're just honking, scaring people away, attacking random people. They pick up a rock for all things. They see a boat in a river, which shouldn't affect them at all, and they just dump the rock, the boulder, onto this boat, perhaps breaking these people's legs. It's just a wild situation to be in with geese like this that would just go out of their way to attack you and harass you and do anything they possibly could to just try to basically murder you. I mean, we could just use Rigby and Mordecai as great examples of what would happen to you. I mean, you have even Pops, for example, walking up to the bridge like, oh, you ruffians, get out of here right now. I do not stand for this at all. And then they just start mean mugging him and just start beating him and pushing him around.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, they just harass people. And Mordecai and Rigby, they try to do everything they possibly can, like grabbing some goose repellent, and the goose is able to just turn it on them and start spraying them with it.
Hey!
They can't do anything. And not to mention, like, even the fact that they turn into a giant four-headed goose monster and battle with the baby ducks and leave the park looking ravaged and destroyed, one of the main things that they do is that is just really disgusting. I mean, I guess geese do this in real life, but it never feels to this degree. They shit everywhere. They shit everywhere in this episode. It's just white everywhere. They did not spare a single inch when it came to just laying a little bit of a dookie down on every single plot of land that they possibly could. That just makes it even worse, man. You just go over there and you breathe and you have bird flu or something. Man, the geese are menaces, and I would not want to be at the park when the geese are there, or anywhere for that matter. The next episode I'm going to be taking a look at is Catching the Wave. For very obvious reasons, at the end of the episode, Pops is able to connect with nature. Jolly good show. He's able to surf that wave. He's able to ride it, and by doing so, the wave keeps on going and keeps growing more massive. Dolphins somehow get into the water. A whale somehow gets into the water. Birds get into the water. And the entire city is left ravaged and destroyed by this giant colossal wave. And I know we've seen an ocean next to regular show on some occasions, but I feel like it's far enough to where the average person would be like, oh gosh, I can't believe I don't live next to the water, really. I should be perfectly fine. Never having any troubles. My biggest fear really is a tsunami, you know? And then you're just sitting there, you look out your window, you're staring at the ocean, and you hear some rumbling, and you're like, wait a minute. There's no water coming that way. And then you turn around, and just from inland, there is a tsunami just vastly approaching you. Things you can never really prepare for, huh? Everybody in that city died that day. And it's all because Pops wanted to be connected to nature. Everyone is dead. Was it worth it, Pops? Was it worth it? The next episode that I want to discuss is Men in Uniform, mainly because of that portal at the end there that sucks up anything ugly. Now imagine you're a below average looking dude, and you decide you're gonna go to the park. Just for one day, you're like, you know what? I'm feeling good about myself. Maybe I'm going to go and meet someone. Maybe I'm just going to go, just get a little sunshine, start feeling good about myself. You know, I look good today. And then you're walking through the park. You see a commotion. You see a portal forming, and you hear Skips go, I've seen this before. It's a portal that sucks up ugliness.
Try to be more attractive?
Run away from it. Don't worry, we're not ugly. And you feel your body start lifting off the ground. You start floating towards it, and you just stare into this portal that sucks up ugliness, which you've just been found in, and you just go, that makes sense. And then fly into the portal, and you die a horrible, tragic death thanks to being ugly when you were just trying to feel good about yourself. So many casualties on this day. So many people dying. And for what? For what purpose? There was none. There was nothing. There was nothing to be gained. There was nothing to be lost. It's just tragic. Just so many deaths of people just trying to live their lives. Just how tragic. So tragic. Now, the final episode that I want to take a look at, which I think is genuinely the most detrimental to everyone's existence on planet Earth in regular show, has to be Brilliant Century Duck Crisis Special. Not for any of the main fighting they're doing, but right at the end where the giant, colossal, ultimate, connection of everybody, the white super bird monster, is taking down the geese and Playco, and they're just going down doing the ultimate step off from all the way in space, all the way down to Earth, and when they hit the ground, you watch the entire Earth lose all of its water. Everything just becomes ashed and decayed because of this ultimate step off. Everyone on the Earth dies as collision from this episode. The collateral damage is just immense. Everyone is dead. Everyone is dead. There's no more water on the planet. There's no redeeming this. But hey, Mordecai and Rigby get to be put into a video game, so it was all worth it. All of those deaths was perfectly fine. There's probably a massive tsunami everywhere else before all the water dried out as well. It's probably just running everyone over, just murdering everybody across the entire planet. Yeah, probably the worst regular show episode you could possibly hope to be in. Tragic. Truly tragic.